So, my name is Mia, and I'm half Filipino and half Native American. Growing up, it was very difficult for me to find a role model in the media that looked like me. Since I'm mixed, I had a very hard time connecting to either of my cultures. And when I started doing film, I started to realize how harmful and messed up Asians have been treated in the industry. After Asian August, I felt a glimpse of hope for Asians on and in film in America. Movies like Crazy Rich Asians and To All the Boys I've Loved Before really helped me find some movie characters I could actually relate to. The question, who would play you in a movie of your life, would haunt me because I had no answer.
Well, again, I don't know any Asian actors, so I can't give an answer to that question.
So well as a person, and it's Ken Jeong, I think. He played. Okay, do you remember that? There's that always that meme going around where it's like, "Huh, gay." He's that guy.
Aubrey Plaza.
Like many Asian American kids, this is a difficult question.
Yeah.
If you look in the past, the history of Asians on screen, there's plenty of yellow-faced white actors stealing those representation moments that could be giving kids role models.
Like when I think of yellow face, I think of straight up like making their eyes like that, and then putting in like the buck teeth and like yeah. I think it's like really disgusting actually.
It's so mean, and I know that sometimes it's not based around hate, but it is based around neglect of Asian Americans and Asians in general, because there definitely are actors and actresses who could have played those roles, and they were just overlooked, and they chose a popular white actor instead, and that's also so upsetting.
Out of the top 100 movies of 2017, 65 of them had no Asian or Asian American female characters. Only one Asian actor has won Best Actor and 0 for Best Actress, 1 for Best Supporting Actor, and 1 for Best Supporting Actress. That means, out of 360 awards given, combining all 4 of the categories, only 3 Asian actors have won.
It's like so many times where it should have been an Asian female, and they just like were like, you know what? No thanks. Like,
Representation isn't just about who is being casted, it's about who is casting them and creating these roles. It's about how they are portraying each Asian culture to the general public.
Networks out there, the people at the top, do what you need to do to fill those roles in the right way.
Why does Hollywood do a lot of things? I feel like in particular, Yellowface, people love people love Asian culture. They love like Asian people and Asian pop culture, but they don't love like us genuinely, you know? Like they like K-pop, or they romanticize and fetishize like Asian women to be like tiny and submissive, but like I don't think it's genuine like at all.
I get why maybe the mindset back then would make that acceptable to do yellow face, even though I really don't. I don't understand how someone can be like so ignorant to think that's okay, but also to do it so like disgustingly bad.
The argument of there not being enough Asian actors seeking roles is completely untrue and ignorant to the fact of more than 17 million Asian Americans in the United States, as well as the 4.5 billion in the rest of the world.
Our society, how we think we're getting more diverse, but really, is it changing that much? Like, wow.
Guess will assume that most of the people auditioning are like white or American, so it's just like try to like open up ethnicities, I guess. Their choice of ethnicities.
Not that hard to find. Females, Asian females, like they act like it's like there's a quantity problem, like there's not enough. But there really is. Like if you look at them, there really is people out there who are willing to put in the effort and time, and they're just everyone's overlooked. And it's so disappointing.
Now, if you look behind the camera, the diversity of directors are even slimmer. Out of 1,100 films over the span of 11 years, only 3.1% of those directors were Asian, with only 3 Asian films directed by female Asians, 2 of which represent the workings of Kung Fu Panda.
Like, Asian women aren't taken seriously because they're already put in this stereotype that they're submissive and they're not powerful and they're tiny and they don't have a voice, and that's just proof that no one gives them a chance.
For diversity, to be real representation means you have a meaningful character that has hopes and dreams. And in Crazy Rich Asians, that's what we all have. It's so diverse, but at the same time, it's got heart. It's about love. It's about family.
In an age of fetishization and stereotypes, crafting the right roles is crucial to creating the right representation.
We've made progress, but to really make the kind of progress that we should be making, it's to educate the filmmakers.
They all need to recognize, hey, we're all white, we're all male, and there's one girl in the class. And that will make a huge difference when all of these LHS filmmakers go to college. And this happens at every high school around the nation, around the world, and every college, and it slowly goes up. When people are where they are and they're big Hollywood people and they've learned all these skills, if they're still not aware of who they are and how they got there and how to help other people, that's how we got into this situation,
Crazy Rich Asians is a big part of both of these categories because it is the first all-Asian casted film in 25 years, and it's directed by John M. Chu, an Asian American filmmaker, and it's based on the Asian American author Kevin Kwan's novel, Crazy Rich Asians.
If you do one and you do it really well, they will make more.
Even if rom-coms seem like the cheesy option, or it's not really your genre, it's a big deal because of how Asian men in the past have been shown as undesirable, and Asian women have been portrayed as exotic and very fetishized.
Expected it to not meet the standards. My normal is oh yeah, it'll be inclusive, but it won't be 100% great. So I was thinking oh, maybe it's an Asian lady, but she finds love with a white man, and it seems like the eye of the romance is always on a white person, still white centered, even if the main character is a person of color or an Asian person. But in this movie, everyone's Asian. And I don't know, I wasn't really expecting that.
The bigger picture of the importance of Crazy Rich Asians is the amount of good representation, the breaking of stereotypes, and the impact it has to the Asian community this generation. Because now, for the first time, there are actually movies being made with Asian leads that we can celebrate.
You get afraid to express your culture even though you should be proud of it. And I think Asian American kids would for sure benefit seeing their culture on screen. And it would also expose different people in our nation to see what the culture is and how.
Support Asian actors, watch Asian-made films, and encourage the growth of Asian productions. Thanks.